Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Soul and Screen. In this particular video, I will be doing a review on Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 9, Episode number 12. Let's just get straight into it. I'm going to be really honest and tell you that this is probably going to be a quick review because I wasn't really feeling the episode. I'm not really sure what's going on with the writing of the show or the direction that they are taking the show, but I'm not really feeling it. With that being said, let's just get straight into it. I'm going to pick up with the scenes of Zach and Fatima and Chaz, which basically Chaz, is coming over to the house. Again, Fatima lets him know straight out, like, Chaz, what are you doing here? She tries to calm Zach down when Zach is coming out, like, yeah, what are you doing here? And, she basically like calms Zach down and just like, babe, please do not do this. Like, let me handle this. Let me take care of this. This is my client. I need to do this professionally. And, Zach is like, Fatima, what is he doing at the house? And she's like, I don't know. And she's really just trying to get him to calm down, keeping in mind that he's still very much so intoxicated. Anyway, she gets Zach to go in the house after a little bit of a back and forth between him and Chaz's bodyguard. And she did tell Chaz, like, you overstepping. And he basically tells her, Fatima, in all honesty, I was, just coming to get the bag and check on you. Like, and just to make sure that you was good and everything. But at the same time, I want to let you know I am kind of, feeling you and everything. And so she basically told him, I need you not to be feeling me. You can't be stopping up over my house, coming over here, starting stuff with my man. Like, she basically let him know that she's not interested in him at all. And Zach comes out. He gives the bag back to Chaz, and they leave. And Fatima was getting ready to leave, and Zach is basically like, let's go back in the house. And she's like, don't forget, like, I was on my way out. Like, I'm still mad at you. Don't act like we wasn't just arguing. And he basically is like, Fatima, I know, but I ain't in the mood for all of this. Like, just like I told old boy, you my woman, this our house, let's just go in the house. And so she basically goes in the house and like whatever, just to, de-escalate things or whatever. So she gets in the house. You fast forward into the scene a little, to the evening a little bit more, and you find out that she went to bed and she put him on the couch, of course. And so during him sitting on the couch, he gets a phone call from someone, and I don't know who it is, calling him about Karen. And he definitely, since him and Fatima are beefing and Fatima is supposedly upstairs, possibly asleep, he goes and helps look for her. I really am not feeling this whole portion of the storyline at all, but let me finish it out. I'm going to finish the whole Zach and Fatima situation, then I'll go into other stuff. So later on that night, Fatima gets a phone call from Karen, apparently. Like, in all honesty, first of all, where is she getting Fatima's phone number? Because she left her phone. So you already don't like this chick, and now you calling her phone. Like, it's just this is not making sense from a writing standpoint at all. She doesn't have her phone, but she remembers Fatima's phone number to call Fatima, who we don't really got that much in common, right? Like, we not friends out of everybody you calling me. So I really don't like how the direction of this is going. I don't like how they are trying to make Fatima look after everyone else but herself when she's pregnant, and she's in a very delicate stage of her pregnancy. I don't like how they are having everybody come at her and just expecting her to kind of clean up everything. What I do think the writers are doing I think they're on this redemption path with Karen, and to the detriment of the other characters. And that is, in my opinion, if you've noticed, to me, it seems like I've not timed it out, and I don't think that I ever will, but it just seems like the Zach and Fatima scenes are getting super shorter and farther and fewer in between, while they are trying to extend all these other storylines that fans don't care about. I don't know. It is my opinion. I don't need nobody coming for me about it. This is Tiffany's opinion. If you don't agree, then God bless you and your entire ministry. You don't have to. But it is my opinion that Zach and Fatima carry both shows, and the fact that they are trying not to utilize their characters and kind of push them in regards to sisters like to the back when they are actually the forefront of the show at this point is probably one of the reasons that their ratings are going down from what I hear. And I can say as a consumer of the show, as much as I like the show, as much as I want to see the show continue on, like I said before, I'm very much so a Fatima and Zach fan and Crystal and DeVal supporter, but I don't like the way these storylines are going, and it's making it a little bit more difficult for me to want to continue to watch, especially live. Like, it's possible I can do the catch the replay, and fast forward through all these other scenes that mean nothing to me, because I don't care anything about the Sabrina storyline. I don't care anything about the Maurice and him getting together with somebody storyline. That whole replay of Andy and Gary, who cares? I mean, like, honestly, I just, that was like half the show, and it really wasn't that interesting to me. So with that being said, then you go to them looking for Karen again, and it just spent the whole episode of kind of them supposedly being distraught and thinking that Karen's going to do something to herself. I've already said in one of my previous videos, I don't think Karen was going to do anything. They did kind of bring up an idea that I was thinking maybe that she was going to go to the cemetery, and apparently they didn't see her there. So whether or not she's there or not, or maybe they crossed paths, we don't know yet. Maybe we'll find out in the next episode, since I guess Fatima's going to be the one to go pick her up. And then based off of the promo or whatever, it looks like that night, the conclusion of this episode seems like she gets a phone call from Karen. Sounds like she probably will go pick her up, and then in the promo for next week, it looks like Zach is confronting Fatima that morning about not communicating again, which I need him to get a clue. Like, I honestly want Fatima to go full off on this dude, because I know you're not talking about communicating, and you just went in to check and search for your ex, and you left me upstairs because you mad. And like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this ain't doing nothing but sparking more of an attitude. I don't know if Fatima's going to get into it with them or not, so it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do with that. But pretty much that was the end of the episode. As you can see, I already kind of ended up starting to talk about next week's episode, because this week's episode was not good to me. I don't really do the ratings. I just kind of tell you if I liked it, if I didn't. I didn't really like the episode. The only thing that was interesting to me was the Zatima scenes, and it wasn't enough of those. So I don't know. It looks, they already recorded season 10, so technically there will be a season 10, but to me it seems like they are doing a lot to that makes me think that the show is ending, that the series is ending, because they don't seem to be listening to the fans and bringing forth stuff that the fans want to watch. This isn't necessarily about Tyler Perry writing, because I know they always say that, the shows lose a lot of ratings and things like that when Tyler is not writing the show anymore. But and so to an extent, in my opinion, I do believe that that's part of it. But I also just think that these writers are just coming and changing the direction of the show so much that that's what's making them lose the fans. Don't get me wrong, there was a nice amount of fans, I'm sure, that were Karen fans and did not like the promotion or the attention that the Zatima characters were getting on Sisters, especially since they ended up having their own show. But they had their own show for a reason, because it was probably more of a fan base that was carrying that. And so instead of talking to and producing the show for the fans, the heavy fan base, they kind of catered to the lesser fan base, and this is what's happening. And and now you are looking at a show where used to be, you know, a ton of people watching, and now it's not as many because nobody cares about these other storylines. And people who are still watching, the Zach and Fatima fans that are still watching, they're getting tired of everybody, of the writers trying to center Zach and Fatima around Karen. You guys got to figure out a better way to do it. Or give it a break for a little while if that's what you guys are going to do, and then circle back around to it like they used to do in the old school soap operas. For those who listen and who remember, like All My Children, One Life to Live, General Hospital, all those. I didn't watch Young and the Restless, but I had family did. But I was a ABC kind of soap opera chick. So anyway, with that being said, I feel like they need to rest on that and stop having Zach run towards Karen. I think Fatima needs to check him once and for all in the show about Karen, and just be done with it, so that it's to help sever that. Because him saying that, you know, telling Aaron that they're not together anymore and they not, you know, they are officially done. I can't tell because you here. I can't tell because you here. That's all I'm saying. So be done and quit going over there. That was not Zach's place to go over there and help look for Karen. What Zach is doing is running from his own feelings and his own situation, instead of going upstairs or sobering up so that he can have an actual conversation with his pregnant fiance about what's really going on. He went and decided to run from his problems and go and create something else. Like, we finally finished with this chick. You literally told me, you know, that's why. That's one of the reasons why I left, right? You all up in my face as Fatima talking about, you know, just be honest. The reason why you happy is because now you ain't got to deal with Karen. And so you know that that's a sensitive point. And now that there's some relief that we don't got to deal with her no more. And the first thing that you decide to do is run over there and go look for her. She got a whole friend group, and it's a supposedly man, baby daddy, whatever Aaron is going to be. That is not our problem, Zach. But you want to go off on, you know, you see what I'm saying? It's just too much going on right there, where I think they, I understand that. I'm pretty sure that's leaving them open in some room for writing, and pretty sure that's probably what they're going to end up starting to focus on in regards to Zach and Fatima as we get into the second half of the season. I just really don't like the way that they're writing this right now, and I'm sorry for that, because I don't really want to see the show ending, but it's really making it hard for me to be interested in watching the show when I'm only really getting about 7 to 10 minutes of good material that I want to see. You know what I mean? Because the rest of the episode to me was absolute garbage. The stuff that's going on with Andy, and the fact that Danny tried to check her, like, it just don't even seem like the old, like, Danny would have completely let her have it. Like, are you jealous? Like, and she was just, you know, I mean, and I know they kind of worried about Karen, but that still wouldn't have stopped Danny from literally cussing Andy out and then going to look for Karen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like these writers, I really do kind of wonder, like, did you guys watch the show? Like, did you watch all seasons before you took over the writing? Because it's like you guys came in, and instead of picking up where Tyler left off and then kind of forming your own stuff, it's like you try to wipe away what the fans already know about the characters and try to recreate something, or create your own, like, vision of the show. And that's not working. That's not working. And it's not to say that you as a writer can't come in and try to make some of it your own and create a little bit of your own vision, but you kind of can't. You really need to try to be building upon what was already established. That's my opinion. And I think if the writers from last 2 seasons and then this season would have taken on that, I think we probably would have received a better show. And so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Like I said, it wasn't really an interesting episode to me, to the point where I had to even jump into the promo for next week. But anyway, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I am definitely trying to get my likes up as well. So I see a lot of people are viewing and watching the videos, but please also hit the like button if you don't mind. I would appreciate that as we help build, as you help me build this channel. But let me know what you think about the episode. Let me know what you think about the show, how in the direction that the writers are taking it. What they're doing with Zach and Fatima here on Sistas compared to what they're doing with them on Zatima. I know Zatima, Courtney has already told us that Zatima is 6 months ahead, and that's fine. It's just it's still kind of just, I don't know, something's going on with the Sistas part that I don't know. And I'm honestly to the point, like, now I don't know if the writers even want to recover it. Because like I'm saying, I'm wondering, are they going to end the season next year with season 10? Just because, like, we made it to 10 seasons. The show's already been declining for the past, like, I want to say maybe 3 at least, as far as ratings. Maybe they just going to go ahead and hang up the towel. Like, I don't know. I again, I don't really want to see that, but you don't want to go out like that either. So anyway, I will talk to you guys next round, and maybe I'll do another more in-depth prediction video for next week's episode once I see a little bit more of the trailers, if they release another one. But other than that, you guys have a good one. Bye.